Hello and welcome back to Expedition Homestead. I hope you're having an incredible day despite everything that is going on in this world right now, which I would like to just take a second and recognize the severity of what so many different people are going through at this moment. My thoughts and prayers out to absolutely everyone who's being affected by these events. It's a very scary time for many, many people. My condolences, my prayers, and I just send the Lord's strength to any of you who are out there fighting right now. Some very, very scary stuff happening. But in today's video, we are going to be purchasing seeds for various reasons. Right now is a good time to stock up on seeds. It always is. So we're going to go through and buy some seeds with you today. Looking back over at my video I did here, where you should buy vegetable seeds, best online resources. These are my favorite seed shops to date, and so far they have not changed, so we're going to use the same list here. Specifically, we're probably going to go mostly through M.I. Gardner in this video because he has a lot of great, unique, weird seeds that you can pick up, which is why I want to go over there first and spend most of our time on that to see if we get some good buys over there. So we're looking to start planting our seeds in about a month for some varieties, a little bit less than that for others. You know, we can get our peppers going pretty quickly here. So now is definitely the time to get our seeds in so we don't fall behind. But don't forget, it's always better to start a little bit late when growing a garden compared to starting early and potentially damaging your seedlings outdoors in the cold. So keep that in mind. All right, let's just go through our list here. Let's see, they've got 666 products here on M.I. Gardner. I was wondering if they had any selection like featured sections. It looks like they just sort out alphabetically at first, but then you can go through this list right here. So we're just going to go through starting in order of my garden beds. Typically, you know what? Let's just go down the list alphabetically. We'll do that. Artichokes, I did want to get some Jerusalem artichokes. They just got green globe artichokes, so maybe hold off on those. Don't really need them. Basil, we've got a ton of basil ready and prepped, so don't need those. We do need beets though. Oops, beans. There, let's add some beans. We love our big pole beans, so we'll see what we've got here. Kentucky Wonder, I've grown those before. I've loved them in the past. Top crop bean, that looks good. Sold out, sold out. Look at this, a lot of stuff sold out. I'm sure, you know, with some of these weirder varieties, you probably don't get too many growing. But nonetheless, let's see what we can get. Provider bean. How do I sort? I wish they're in stock. Do that first. See what we've got in stock. Roma beans, those are smaller. Contenders. Contender beans. Days to maturity, 48 to 55. 6 to 8 bright green oval stringless pods. Early season cool temperatures, of course, being a bean. Typically they're quite hardy and can withstand heat. All right, let's add this to the cart. How many seeds? Always check how many seeds we got. I don't know, it's probably just there, 25. Let's just 25. No way. There. Okay. Let's put one of those in there. All right, back to seeds. Beans. I wanted to get some of these, not the hull beans. There are these burgundy. Stringless pod, 5 inches. It's always good to try days to maturity, 60 days, so slightly longer on these for the maturity. It is always good to include color I was saying it's always good to include different colors in your diets because those are going to have different sort of terpenes and characteristics in the plant nutrients that are going to provide you with what you need. We've got to taste the rainbow when it comes to our gardens and the vegetables that we're eating, which leads me on to beets. Beets have that really dark purple color. That is something great to include in your diet, especially being a root crop. They do have a high nutrient content when it comes to beets. Early Wonder Tall Top, we grew these last year. I loved them. Love them so much. These, I think we also grew these. Very cool color in them. So I'm definitely going to buy the Early Wonders again. 100. And let's check out some of these. Let's see how big they get. 5 inches, 2 inches in diameter, a little bit big. Seeing if they have some smaller ones. Maybe assorted beet mix. Let's see. A couple of different ones. Let's see. So those are large as well. I think these are pretty big. Fine and storage ground. Well, let's just add these two. It's going to get some smaller varieties so we could ferment them later in the season, but I'll check out a couple of different other websites, maybe not on today's video because we want to go through this whole big old list here, show you guys what we're getting. But that's why I would want smaller beet varieties. These Early Wonders are really big, and Ruby Queens, as we saw, those are big too. Broccoli, need some broccoli. Romanesco. I have heard that these are a little bit harder to grow sometimes, but we're going to try them out. As you can tell, they've got all these really cool fractal patterns. Look at that stuff. Just fractals everywhere. So very, very cool little work of nature there that we see with the Romanesco broccoli. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. Yeah, I think so. Purple sprouting, that's interesting. Waltham 29, or Talbrisi. This is our typical broccoli. Let's see what the Waltham 29 is. Cold resistance, medium to large heads. Fall planting. Okay, so maybe we pick up some of these for our colder weather crops, and then we pick up some of that normal broccoli. 12. Ooh, planted in the fall. Sweet. Okay. We're going to get some of these for our fall and spring. And then these we will get as well for our summer crops. Sometimes I also, with broccoli, since I don't need very many, sometimes I just buy the seedlings too. That's a great way to save a little bit of extra time and care. Brussels sprouts, we never eat them. We really don't. So maybe if we grow a market garden someday, we'll grow Brussels sprouts, but not this year, that's for sure. Napa cabbage, gonna pick up some of that. That's great. And ferments. Pak choy, pick up some of that. Great for so many different things. I love pak choy. Mammoth red rock, sold out. Oh. In stock. Let's see. Red acre cabbage, grew that last year. Enjoyed it. 10 to 15 pound heads. That's what I'm talking about. Let's pick up some of those bad boys. The large flat Dutch cabbage for the win. If you're new to the channel, you might not realize yet, but we do love giant vegetables and giant plants like our mammoth sunflowers that we grew last year, and some really, really big vegetables as well. Some massive carrots, turnips, radishes, big beets, giant kohlrabi. I'm all about that stuff. All right, moving on to carrots. Boy, this might take a little bit to get through here, but thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having some fun picking out some vegetables. Atomic red carrot. Talk about colors. Wow. Changes color with cooking. Starts off as a soft coral shade, and it turns deep red. Kind of like a little bit of a lobster action here. 8 to 11 inches long. Let's try it. That'll be fun for the kids. Impurator 58. That sounds like a big carrot right there. Super long and slender carrot that would make Bugs Bunny happy. 9 inches long. Inch to 1. I think it's supposed to be 1.5 inches there. Inch to 1.5 inches wide. Performs best in loose soil, which is perfect because our carrot bed, we specifically kept all of that soil as loose as possible. And it's got about 12 inches of completely loose soil and very decent native soil underneath that. So they'll be happy in our raised bed, that's for sure. Let's check out some of the, rainbow mix is gone. These are cute little carrots. All right, and then we'll pick up these Denver 126. Cauliflower, that's next on the list. Really don't grow it. I know a lot of gardeners in the area for some reason have difficulty growing it, whether it's just something with our environment, and it just seems like it always gets covered with mold before it's ready for harvesting. So I'm going to stick away from that. Never really grow celery. I probably should. Let's see what these are. Celerac. Interesting. You know what? Heck. Let's grow some celery this year for the first time in my life. Get some celery. Corn, we're gonna grow because our son had a blast growing them, even though it doesn't return a whole lot and it does take up a lot of space in the garden. Maybe we'll take out some of our squash patch that we have here on our little 0.34 acre lot in town. We've got an okay sized squash patch, and we'll take out some of that for corn. So let's get these 25 seeds. That'd be plenty to keep the little guy happy. Cover crop, don't need these now, but it's always a good idea to plant this in the fall if you have not done that before. Check it out, really interesting. All right, pickling. We did the Wisconsin SMR pickling cucumbers and all that stuff. I think that we don't do a whole lot of pickling. I will check with Katie before I do my complete checkout, but we've done a lot more ferments than pickling, so I'll see if she wants to maybe mix it up and do some videos on pickling stuff this year. And then I'll probably add some pickling cucumbers, but let's just check out the regular cucumbers here. The Muncher cucumbers, I've heard of those before. Tender and burpless. That's pretty important. You don't want to be burping all day after just enjoying a nice cucumber. Let's see. Space Master 80. All of these interesting names. Bush variety. 7 or 8 inches. Vines have been trained to grow perfectly for smaller spaces. Well, I trellis. Maybe we'll no. I want nice big vining varieties. I like to grow those. So like this one here. Market More 76. There we go. I don't need a bush. Oh, straight 8. I did those last year. I love the straight 8s. They were pretty good. Very fast growing. 8-inch long fruit. Yeah, baby. Add to cart. Oops. Zoom out. There we go. Okay. We added 2 of those. Let's take out... Where's our cucumber? Anyways, okay. Let's see. Edible flowers. That's kind of cool. We do need nasturtiums, but I don't know if I'm going to start them by seed or not. Probably not. Probably just leave all this. No. Eggplant. Nope. Don't like growing them. We don't like eggplants very much here in the Sartain household. Fennel. Nah. Gourds. Maybe there's some cool gourds we can grow. Birdhouse gourd. Or the cornucopia gourds. Yes, we'll grow those. Get some of those going in there. Boy, we're going to have lots of seeds to grow, lots of grow lights to get set up, lots of indoor spots to start growing these seeds. We'll probably get a heater, maybe build a little room out if possible. That might be a little bit later than by the time we have to start these seeds out, but we will see. All right, get some of that H2O. Herbs, no. Kale, no. Kohlrabi, gotta get some kohlrabi. White Vienna, these things are huge. Wait, not Vienna, White Vienna. Sorry. What was the variety I grew? I grew, I'd have to look back on my videos here. Shoot, it's escaping me right now, but I grew these huge kohlrabi last year that were just a blast, and they just tasted so good. But kohlrabi, I really love them so much, so we're going to get a packet of each of those. I'll probably go through and add in some more packets of kohlrabi, tomatoes, all of our root crops. I love having those, so probably get some more of those in our cart later on. Leafy greens. We don't grow too many leafy greens around here, but I'll probably just buy starters for those so I don't have to deal with, although they are very easy to grow, just fiddle a little bit of line of seeds all over the place. There. Oh, lettuce. Let's pick up some lettuce, though. Iceberg lettuce, no, not so much. Grand Rapids leaf. Romaine oak leaf. Let's see. Boy, this one I'm stumped more because I'm not sure on the taste. I know sometimes the more reddish ones are a little bit bitter. The more color you've got in that leaf, you get more bitterness to it. That romaine lettuce, crisp and sweet, heirloom. Let's pick some of these up. So these will, think I should be able to get a cut and come again going on with those. So let's add those. Melons. Probably won't grow many of these. Just don't have a ton of space that we devote to melons or pumpkins. Microgreens, no. Mustard greens, no. Okra. Onions. There we go. Got to pick up some onions. Sweet onions. Let's see if there's any strange varieties in here. Oh, the Kelsey onion. That one looks the biggest, and that's sold out, so maybe we can pick up some on a different website. Again, probably not on this video, but we want to get some really cool varieties. So let's just pick up our plain old white, sweet Spanish onions. 110 days to maturity on those. I forgot to see on these. 110 days. Red Burgundy, 165 days. Whoa! That's a long time. Let's pick up some bunching onions, though, because those are great to throw in some soups. Red Beard, 50 days to maturity. Bada bing, bada boom. Get those in the cart. Pompeii onion. Nah. Some red onions here. Alrighty, that's good on the onions. We've got one garden bed dedicated to onions and garlic. Okay. Peas. Gotta get us some snow peas. Let's see what you got. Sugar snap pea. Tom Thumb dwarf pea. Those are sold out. Oregon giant pea. Lincoln pea. Let's check out this Oregon giant. See what that says. Up to 5 inches. Snappy and delicious. I just want to know if they get stringy or not. Doesn't say. Probably won't say. Let's check them out. Sugar snap. Get some of those. Peppers. I'm debating on if I'm gonna grow peppers from seed or not. February 26th, March, April, May. So I could have a couple of month old. Yeah, all right. Just doing the math in my head, figuring out if I want to grow the peppers from seed indoors or if I want to buy seedlings. But being that I can get some really cool products here on migardener.com, I'm going to get some pepper seeds. Peppercini, some of my favorite peppers right there. Giant macaronis. We grew those last year. Those were really good. But I want to mix it up a little bit. Okay, my wife loves these. So we're going to pick up those. Red hot cherry pepper, Hungarian yellow wax, hot pepper, sweet banana pepper. Love banana peppers. One of my favorites. Anaheim chili peppers are good as well. Habanero orange, pimento, mushroom red pepper. What are these little Equilo peppers? Slight smoky heat. Ooh, it has a little tangy peppers. Doesn't say how long to maturity. I wonder. Be cool to get some like biannual or perennial, get some pepper plants that I would grow throughout the year. So I maybe should do some research on which varieties are the best for that. But just looking at these right now, see, I want to pick up one other kind of pepper here. I don't know, this pimento pepper keeps on catching my eye. Mild pimento. There we go. That's what we're gonna get. I do like pimento peppers. Pumpkins, probably not gonna do this year. They just take up so much space, and we're already only growing on 0.34 acres with a house and kids' playground and all sorts of stuff. So, Daikon Radish, gonna pick these up. I love them. Super yummy, really mild flavor too. Let's see if they have any of some smaller. Let's see, these sparkler radishes. Wow, 30 days to maturity. Let's check those out. Watermelon radish. These look like some bigger, spicy and crisp, peppery flavor. Black Spanish radish. Ooh, those look interesting. Let's check those out. Just for the wow factor. Can you say wow? All right. thank you so much for hanging out here, checking out all this stuff, buying some seeds. I hope you have just as much fun when you're buying your seeds at home. Do it with your friends and family members. Get them into it as well. We should all be buying more seeds. I should buy more seeds, and like I only buy seeds a couple times a year. I'm debating. Let's check out these German giant radishes. Buying them. Massive radishes. Rhubarb. We already got that growing. Let's see what they got for root vegetables. Oh, they just go through that section. Okay, spinach really don't grow very much of here. Squash, I do want a couple of different squash. Just our basic zucchini variety because we do go through them. Black Beauty zucchini, one of my favorites. Let's see. Butternut squash. Spaghetti squash. I'm gonna get those. 25 seeds, that'll be enough for us. It'll satisfy our needs. Then, 8-ball. That's what I was just looking for right here, down at the bottom. 8-ball zucchini. We grew that last year. We loved growing it. It's cool. It provides these little small zucchini that are very manageable. They don't overgrow very fast. So then you can catch the plant in time for harvest more times than not. Like sometimes you grow these other varieties. So like Black Beauty zucchini, and one day it'll be like 9 inches long, and then the very next day I swear it's 14 inches already and way too big to eat. We do eat them, but you just gotta improvise a little bit compared to the recipes that we were gonna grow them for in the first place. So the 8-ball variety, very, very good. We already bought a ton of sunflowers. We've got this Pike's Peak sunflower that's new to us this year. And then, of course, we've got Mammoth sunflowers as well. We've got a bunch of packets of seeds. We plan on growing a ton, hopefully almost 100 sunflowers this year. This would say is a moderate goal to reach for the property here. Swiss chard, no. Tomatillos would be cool, but no, I really like the orange ones anyways, and they don't have them here. Tomatoes. All right, let's see what we've got. I am probably going to go for some more heirloom varieties on one of these other websites like Rare Seeds, sometimes True Leaf I mean, all of these. I'll find some goodies in here. But if you need to know, I will put the link to this video, my seed shop video, in the description below, so you can go over to these other websites. But True Leaf Market, rareseeds.com, MI Gardener, Southern Exposure, Nature and Nurture Seeds, Hudson Valley Seeds, Botanical Interest. Those are my top sites, so we're going to search around for some of our other heirloom varieties if we can't find them here. And just out of curiosity, see what kind of crazy plants we can get. So let's get some beefsteak first. I'm going to sort in stock because it seems like there's a lot of seeds he doesn't have right now, which is totally fine. Very good. That shows that they're in demand. So we're going to get basic tomatoes. You know what? No, let's just go all weird varieties this year. So Paul Robeson, dynamic color, flattened beefsteak variety, smoky, earthy flavor. Sounds interesting. It is an indeterminate variety, which is what we want because we trellis our tomatoes. Oops. And, yeah, so, oops. Tomatoes. We trellis our tomatoes, so that means we grow them into a vine. We prune them, we take off all of the suckers, we even cut off some of the foliage, extra foliage that is not needed. So we do like the indeterminate vining varieties. Let's see, we love some little tomatoes too, like our with super sweet 100s that we got last year were very good. Let's just scroll through this list. This one might take a little bit because there's so many good varieties here. Mortgage Lifter. Boy, oh boy. 2-pound Mammoth Tomatoes. Let's check them out. It doesn't say determinate or indeterminate in this one for some reason. Oh, no. I might have been mixing up my cart. Like if it wasn't adding... Ah, I'll figure that out later. All right. Let's see. I'm also looking for a couple of other darker colors. Cherokee Purple. I love them. They've done great in the garden, but I think I'm going to skip out on them this year, get something else. Brandywine. Looks good. Chocolate Stripes. Interesting. Purple Ox Heart. Man, that looks like a big tomato here. Hillbilly Tomato. Let's try some of these yellow ones. 40, 50 tomatoes per plant. Holy cow! She's a producer. See, what I meant is if I kept on going back, I believe, and then hopefully not messing up my cart. Yeah, I don't know. Wisconsin 55s. I love those. Let's see. Sorry, I'm losing your hair. Okay, back on track. Old German tomato, rose tomato, Rutgers tomato. There we go. I'm going to get some of these because I just love them so much. They're some of my favorites. We grew them last year, and oof, great production. Very little side effects, like as far as any sort of disease or anything like that, too. Okay, see, it has been adding it in my cart. I don't have to go back and fix that later on. Great. Sorry, rambling on here a little bit. Pineapple tomato, trophy tomato, green grape tomato. Man. Tiny Tim. Sold out, of course. No, sorry, Tiny Tim. Zoom out. I'm just trying to get a, like, small vining tomato here. Or, not vining tomato. Small. Alright, I am just now trying to get some little baby tomatoes right now. One batch at a time. Indeterminate. Ooh, okay. Indeterminate compact varieties. Extremely heavy yields. Let's try that one. Sounds good to me. Gobstopper tomato. What? Fruity flavor. Perfect for eating fresh off the vine. Oh, yeah. Gotta have some of those. I'm excited. All right, I gotta pick one more big variety of tomatoes here. And then we'll be off of the tomatoes, I promise. Tomatoes are some of my favorite. They're just so much fun to grow and to maintain throughout the year. Did I get beefsteaks? I don't think I got beefsteaks, but let's check these out because they look so beautiful. Indeterminate 1980s heirloom, 10 to 16 ounce. Nice little tomatoes there. Nothing too big. Just enough for a slice of bread. Get some mayo on that. A little bit of mustard. Whew. Some bacon bits and you'll be good. Turnips. Let's just get the purple white globe turnips. That's what we've got here. Of course, I'm going to go through some of these other resources and see what we can find. But being that we're going on 36 minutes just to go through and my gardener's website here. We're probably going to cut it off after we get through this list. Where are we? Unique greens. Probably not going to get any of those. Watermelon, no. Zucchini, we already went through. So there we go. 48 different packets of seeds in our cart. So for $96, we get 48 different varieties of vegetables. Okay, I'm going to break this down real quick. We've got $96 worth of seeds, 48 packets of seeds. Now, I'm going to be conservative and say that each of these packets has the ability to produce over 10 pounds of vegetables for us, which is very, very conservative. I would say some of these packets have the ability to grow 50 pounds of vegetables from it. So we've got 50 seeds here. And I know from each seed, right here, each seed, if I grow it to maturity, can produce me about 3-4 pounds of broccoli throughout the year, right? So each seed, now there's 50 seeds, but to be conservative, we're just going to say 10 pounds of vegetables that we're going to grow out of all of these 480. So that's 480 pounds of vegetables minimum. That's just, what we can throw out here in the garden. 480 pounds of vegetables. So if we were to pick that up at the supermarket, go down to the store, and we're going to pay about, I don't know, $3 or $4 a pound for a lot of these things. That's just about $2,000 of our hard-earned cash that we worked for that is now being saved for us because we get to grow it here at home. Believe it or not, we did not have to buy almost any vegetables except for some weird ones that we had to buy for recipes during our growing season last year. Spring, summer, and fall, because we grew 3 different successions. Some plants we grew like four different plantings of them, but typically 3 different successions of plants that are going to be producing for us all summer from the time up of, like, we get vegetables in the garden growing ready to consume by the end of, I would say, the end of May, really. And we can harvest vegetables up until the end of October in some cases, because we get frost, we get freezes, but there are some vegetables that we could grow very, very late into the season and still be harvesting off of, even here in southeastern Wisconsin. Now, those ranges that I just gave you, those are like the maximum ranges here without growing too much indoors. So typically, we're going to be harvesting from the end of May-ish until the end of September. The end of September, I would say, is more realistic. But you can grow all sorts of stuff for a large period of time. So we're getting all of this for $96 plus shipping, taxes, and discount codes calculated at checkout. But for $2 a packet here, we are going to be getting a great return. Plus, we get to provide all of you with some great content throughout the year. So if you enjoyed today's video, bring this up real quick. If you enjoyed today's video, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been 42 minutes. I'm sure most of you have not watched this entire thing. But if you have, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Happy gardening for you all, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Adios. Happy gardening.